Okay, it's Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. This will be another installment to our Pasture Poultry series 2017. Kind of don't remember what number I'm on. But the name of the game is incrementalism here. Today it's warm. It's going to be mid 60s or maybe low 60s. But right now it's nice, and it's 9 o'clock and it's really nice out. So what I've done is I'm going to leave the door open for a little while. I'm going to have to put something up in front of it because they'll start jumping out. And I actually don't mind. There's only 150 of them. If they were all out scattered around here, it's not a big deal. And I don't want to say that it's not going to be a big deal for some of you if you do that. There's a very real threat in this business, and it's birds known as raptors. Hawks, eagles, owls are really bad. But we don't have that problem because we have Great Pyrenees dogs. We just don't have that problem. They eliminate it. I got 3 of them, 2 females and a male, and they've totally eliminated predation around here. Now, they did get sprayed by skunks last night, so that's not too good, but at least we didn't lose any chicks to them. Now, a skunk would smell those chicks in there and dig in from the side. They got all night to do it and have them a nice little chicken dinner, but it didn't happen. Dogs did get sprayed. So I know that there was skunks. They're coming out of their winter sleep, and you know, they're looking for something to eat. You know, I get that whole thing, and I really don't want to be shooting skunks or trapping or anything like that. I don't want to do that. But with the Great Pyrenees, they just keep everything away. Just keep it away. They don't bring back dead bodies. Some guardian dogs do. But here we have these guys taking advantage of the sun coming up in the east, and you can see that they are just loving it. They really, really like the sun. And this over here is an add-on to this brooder, and I did this last year as I got to thinking about this. And what I did is I made this frame out of electrical conduit, which is really cheap. And I've been experimenting with that, and there's a lot to know about that. Once you start down that road, you figure out all kinds of things that you can make with it. This actually is not big enough. This was a prototype, and it needs to be twice as big. It needs to come out to here, because this house is designed for 400, and that space is just not big enough. By the time they hit 3 weeks, which now with these guys we're at 2 weeks, this area in here, 120 square feet, it's big enough for them to sleep, but not to mill around in all day. You know, it's just too tight for them to be all day long in there. So that's why we put this little run on here so they can come out. To get chicks to do things, there's certain colors. Red is a big one. The bottoms of these are red, of course, as you can see. And you know, when you go to the feed store, you never see blue ones or green ones because that doesn't attract the chicks. Red does. It definitely does. If I put a red reflector in there, or if there's a tail light or something that they see, they'll go over and they'll peck it. They'll just keep pecking at it. They just do that, which is bad if one of them gets a cut, because then, you know, they peck it, and once they get a taste for that, you know, blood, that's bad deal. Let's see. Okay, I got something going on over here. Doesn't look good. Oh no. There's a pig over there that's eating a loaf of bread, and it looked like a football or something. Or a chicken is what it looked like from here. Okay, but incrementally, I'm gonna allow them to come out. You know, some of them, we were open yesterday, and some of them came out a little bit, but there was nothing out here for them. So I've put a waterer and a feeder out here for them, and that will draw them out, and before long we'll have the whole crowd out here. All right, fuel consumption has been a little rough because we were real cold. You know, we were down to 20 last week. So I did go through quite a bit of fuel. Today we will just be in pilot light mode. That's all that we'll be running. And it keeps it, the temperature in here right now is at 80 with the door open. That's because of the solar gain that we're getting through the top there. Now, I think if a guy was going to design one of these, he should keep in mind that solar gain. If I had put more translucent panels on this, I think it would be better. And I think the next one that we do, we will, definitely. And I think the next one will be designed for early season use, and I will take advantage of that solar gain that's available to me. The problem with starting them early, like in March, is we don't have a lot of sun in March. It's kind of a dark month around here. So, you know, I think we're kind of pushing it with as early as we started them. You could start them in the house too. You could. A group like this, 150 of them, I don't have any space in my house that I'd want to do that. And other buildings that have concrete floors, they're really tough to heat because the concrete will just suck that heat down. And these guys, if they're sitting on concrete, or even if they're sitting on a layer of soggy bedding on concrete, it'll just pull the heat right out of them. So you don't want to do that. We're on the ground. Once we heat this ground, there, you know, it's not real conductive to heat, so it doesn't pull it down through them. Sort of like when you step out of the shower and you step on a marble floor or something that's cold. It feels cold because it's drawing the heat out of your foot. If you step on a wood floor or a piece of carpet, it doesn't feel quite so bad. So with these guys just sitting on the ground like this, it actually is an advantage to them, not only from their ability to get nutrient out of the soil, but the heat transfer. You know, it's not drawing a lot of heat out of them, and they need heat. When we start them, we keep it up about 90 degrees where they are. You know, my thermostat at the top of the house might read 70, but where they are, we shoot that with a laser and it's 90. We keep that at 90. Let's see. Okay, so they'll spend the day out today. It's supposed to be rainy tomorrow, so see, I won't open that up for them tomorrow. And you know, we have that versatility. But every advantage we can get, we take. So I have a little bit of advantage of the sun coming in here, and it'll pay off big in the long run. That's one of the things, we do this for a while, you see how a few advantages add up to a great gain later on. Okay, this is Mark from Baker's Green Acres. Remember, anyone can farm.